Hi everyone, it's Karen here. Welcome to this Inspiration Day with Sweet Poppy Stencils, the fabulous new Christmas release. I mean, there are so many to choose from. I hope you've enjoyed the day so far with my fellow design team members. I've brought you some lovely designs. And here I'm going to share with you what I've made with the Bauble Trio stencil and the torn rectangle. So you don't always have to use the whole of a stencil. So here I've just used the edge. And of the Bauble Trio, I've left out, even though they are beautiful, this time I've left out the leaves. So you can see how versatile they can be. I have used a sentiment from the Merry and Bright stamp set, and you've got heaps of opportunity here, lots to choose from for that one. I have stamped it with VersaFine Clear Nocturne, and the colours that I'm using, Blueprint Sketch and Mermaid Lagoon. It's a really simple card. You could do this, you could batch make these, easy. I've done a couple because I filmed it and then I realised I forgot to press record. That's absolutely no use to you whatsoever, is it? Anyway, we will get started. I'm using an A6 card. I'm just going to bring my magnetic sheet in. Here's my A6 card. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my torn rectangle, line it up with the edge, pop it down. And the torn rectangle has a lovely curved edge. But for this, I don't want it. So I am actually going to just tape off that edge there. And I'm using a stencil brush. There are two sizes in this one. I love it because they're really dense bristles. They work really well with these metal stencils. As I said, there are two sizes. One's bigger than this one, and then there is a smaller set, but we don't need those today. I'm going to start with Blueprint Sketch. It's one of my all-time favourite colours. I know you will have heard me say that a few times. I'm just going to get a piece of card or paper to use as a test piece because I like taking, inking up my brush and then just taking a bit off in case there are any large flecks of paint or ink on it. I don't want them to come smushing onto my card. And then I'm starting off the card, off the stencil and bringing it in a circular motion, just like that. All around, actually not all around the edge. I'm going about 3/4 of the way through. And then I'm going to come down this side and do the same. There you go, circular motion. That avoids getting any nasty lines or scratches across your work. So I'm going to bring this one not quite 3/4 of the way down. So again, there we go, lovely. And then I'm going to come in with Mermaid Lagoon, which is a kind of a turquoisey colour. Yeah, you can see the difference. I love it. And I'm just going to layer it on top of the Blueprint Sketch. So what you'll end up with is in between the spaces, you'll get a lovely contrast. And then I'm going to bring this one down a bit further than the Blueprint Sketch went. There you go, look at that. I love it, but then I love blues anyway. But of course this would lend itself really well. Purples, well, greens would look great, wouldn't it? Okay, so you can see the whole time I've been using a circular motion to make sure we get a lovely, smooth, even blend there. Now, if you wanted to, you could have a peek, but I'm more than happy that that's what it looks like. Yay! So I'm just going to line it back up again. It's really easy to line up because you've got a definite line there. Put my little corner piece in place. Hold it down. Then I'm going to bring my Bauble, my trio, Bauble trio back in. And I'm just going to lay it over my work. There we go. I might just lift it up a bit. So, because I don't want the leaves in, I'm going to use my little tape. And my goodness, this is the best low-tack tape I've ever used. Comes in a roll just like this. It never marks your card. It's absolutely fantastic. And I'm just going to pop it onto my little leaves like that. Now, you don't need to worry if your strings are not right to the top of your triangle, because you'll see in a minute, because we created that glow, they're going to look as though they're falling out of that glow, as if by magic. So I'm going to start with Mermaid Lagoon. I also put a bit of tape just here so that as I'm going through this bauble, it doesn't fall onto my card, because I do want to use the whole of my A6 card. So again, circular motion through the strings, and then again circular motion. Now, as you're coming through the baubles, you don't want to colour them completely, because if you have a look at a couple of these examples, I've left white space, this white space in the middle. That really gives the illusion of a 3D effect. It adds more interest. And so I'm starting on the edges of these baubles. That's it. And just going to go around the edges. So now I've got less ink on my brush, and that's fine, because that'll do me for these edges of the bauble where I want it to be a lot lighter. Look at that, you can see it coming. Right, I'm going to take a bit of this Mermaid Lagoon and I'm going to put my brush down and move it in a circular motion in the centre of my snowflake. Just with the tip of the brush, it's angled like that, not being too precious about it, because that gives the illusion that it's sort of, I don't know, shimmering. So I just keep going. Now that I've got less ink on my brush, I can go around the edges a bit more, because if you don't go around the edges, what you're going to find is you'll have edgeless baubles. What a terrible thing. You listen to some of the stories. Oh my goodness, what am I talking about? There we go. So I hope you can see that. I will hold it up in a second. So I'm just going around the edges really lightly. That's it. I'm super happy with that. That was my Mermaid Lagoon. I'm now going to come in with Blueprint Sketch, the slightly darker colour. Look, it's this one. And I'm just ever so lightly going to go on the edge of this bauble here, this side. That's it. Look at that. And then the edge of this bauble, this side. Because again, that's going to give an illusion of movement and greater depth. Each time you do this, of course, it's going to come out slightly different. Oh, I think I'm loving this one. And I'm just going to come in on this edge here because I want this to be a bit more definite. And then I'm going to take my sponge, my brush, and just go into the centre again, over that previous colour. That's it. Like that, look at that. I'm loving it. Just making sure I haven't got too much ink on as I go around the edge. Now, to take these off. And I am going to just peek. I just don't want it to move, so I'm going to do it again. And I'm just going to have a peek underneath it. Oh, yes. Actually, that's lovely. What do you think? I'm rather pleased with that, even if I say so myself. Isn't that gorgeous? So what we're going to do is take our glue, and I'm just going to go along the edge of the torn rectangle. And the fact that it's not straight is fabulous. I'm just wiggling my glue like this so that I get a bit more of a thicker line of my snow when I pop it in. There we go. And I'm just going to go a bit down like this. Again, wiggling it as you go. Now, the snow that I've used is a bit of a crystally type of snow, but anything will do, you know. At Christmas, I always have some of this, so when it comes on sale at Christmas time, I buy several of them, because you never know when you might need them. Oh, yes. Look at it. So I didn't take this down as far as I would like, so I'm just going to pop a bit more in. Oh, that's better. That's better. I'm loving it. So I just folded a piece of copy paper to capture the extra snow. Pop it back into the bottle. And then, second to last thing, I'm going to ink up my Noel. As I said, it came from the Merry and Bright set. Look at the choices you've got there. Ink it up, and I'm just going to pop it down over there, because I think that gives a bit of balance to the whole design. Hold it for a second. There we go. Lovely crisp image. Oh, I am super happy with it. And you can see what I meant about the strings. They just look as though they're falling out from underneath that glow. And then I just took a piece of card, folded it in half, and I'm mounting it like that. There you go. I am so glad that you joined me today. And if you decide to make this card, please tag me so I can ooh and ah at your creation. But from me, it's a bye for now, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.